Hello, YouTube. This is Daleen Lewin. I am 20 years old and I am blind. And so you can see my face if you can. I can't tell. Anyway, most people have this stereotype that blind people cannot play video games, which is far from true. And the funny thing is, even some blind people think blind people can't play video games, but that's because they've never tried. But the truth is, I didn't know anything about audio games at all until I was 2010. So I was about 15 or so when I discovered audio games at all. So I literally grew up thinking that there were only games for sighted people. But honestly, I think it should have stayed that way because audio games are nowhere near the sound quality of video games. I mean, maybe in a later video, once I get experience actually knowing how to edit and stuff, I might be able to show you how to do that, or I might be able to show you the game, the sound comparison, because I mean, there are some exceptions, but not very many at all. And I don't know, some audio games like to be like in the style of old arcade games with sounds and all that. It just doesn't sit right with me for some reason. I mean, arcade games are way better than audio games pretending to be arcade games, because I don't know. I guess it's because the music is way better, and even the sound is. I mean, the sound quality isn't very good, but the sounds themselves are. Does that make sense? Yes. I think here's a good comparison. In a game, in an audio game, the stabbing sound may sound like something like this, maybe. I mean, it's not great. It's actually pretty bad. But even in old arcade games from the 80s and 90s that I've played on my computer, it actually has a stabbing sound. It's not a very good, it's a very low quality sound, but it's like, and it sounds like you're legitimately stabbing somebody. I like realism. Well, when it comes to sound. Everything else I don't really care about. But it's just not very good. But, oh well. But the reason I'm talking about this is because once I learned how to edit and find the bell sound, there's a lot of CinemaSins and Gaming Sins channels out there, but no one ever has done an audio gaming Sins. I mean, imagine that. I mean, a Sins game where there's no graphics to ring a bell at, or resolution, or frames per second or anything. You just have sounds to ding, or maybe the gameplay or something. But that's a bit more of a challenge, but hey, I can roll with it. Well, this concludes my first video. I will have more of my hobbies in later videos. But right now I'm just going to sign off.